a video on this Candied Peel that I bought. So it says it's mixed peel. It's probably mixed peel because it's a mixture of orange and lemon. So it was a pound, which I suppose isn't too bad for mixed peel. But I was looking at it and it looked a bit pathetic actually, compared to the candied orange peel that I made. If you look at that, so nice big juicy bits of candied orange peel. A lot of work involved with it, but a lot cheaper to make and a lot nicer. But I was thinking, these look a bit small and they look a bit dried out. But can we? Not really candied either. Not very candied either. So what I was thinking was, could we plump these up a little bit by adding some sugar syrup to them? So sitting them in some sugar syrup for a few days, because I'm planning to make some cakes the start of next week. So what we're on Thursday today, so probably Monday I want to make some cakes. So I thought, well, if we leave them in a sugar syrup for a few days, will they actually plump up? So this is equal quantities of sugar and water, a simple sugar syrup, and I'm just going to pour that over there and leave it and see what happens. So I suppose ideally I should boil it up, but for the sake of ease, let's just sit it in that sugar and water mixture and see if those bits of zest plump up a little bit and become a little bit better quality than they actually are. So I was thinking, I've put some of the zest in some syrup. What I really should do is actually boil some of the zest up in some syrup and see if it kind of makes a difference. So I did end up buying 3 of these containers. They're only £1 each, which I suppose isn't so bad. And then I've got 150 grams worth of water and 150 grams worth of sugar. So I've made a syrup, and then we're just going to make a mess of putting that in there. So I don't know how many times I'll boil this up, but I'll keep a record of it. But it's, when you're making anything like this, it's just a case of boiling it up every day until you get to the desired results. Which is normally about 5 or 6 days. But these are a bit uneven for whatever reason. Some bits are big, some bits are big, some bits are small. So bring it up to boil, simmer it for a couple of minutes, and then repeat that process and see if we can turn a okay product into something a little bit more interesting. And then we've got that one, which we'll just kind of leave in there. I wonder if that's changed anything. Has that got? I don't think that's improved. No, still pretty bland and boring. But anyway, so we'll see what happens. Right, has this worked? So we'll taste a bit of the one that I haven't done anything to. That certainly needs more cooking, does that? That certainly needs more cooking. And this is the one that I just left to steep in the syrup. So I'll swallow that out. Yeah, that certainly needs more cooking as well. That hasn't made that much difference. Yeah, and then this. So it'll be a bit covered in syrup. I really should have heated it beforehand, but that'll be fine. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So that's softened. So this is kind of quite hard. You know, that softened it by cooking it for. Boiled it up 4 times in the sugar and water. That certainly made a difference. Is it worth doing? I don't know. Probably not. No. But so talked about this before. But generally in cooking, it's not one big thing that you do. It's like 10 little things that make the difference. So cooking a piece of meat slowly at the right temperature, you know, like at the right temperature rather than 10 degrees higher or 10, you know, kind of makes a little difference. Adding good quality stock makes a little bit of difference. Adding the right amount of salt makes a little bit of a difference, you know, and then these 10 little things make a massive difference rather than just doing one big thing. Like you're never going to be able to buy a cheap steak and turn it into do one thing to it to turn it into like a steak that's worth 4 times the amount of that you'd pay 4 times to, you know. You're not going to be able to do one thing to it. You'll have to do lots of little things to get that steak tasting better than it actually is. So from that point of view, you know, if you want to up your cake game, then buy, and you can't afford to buy better quality candied peel, or you don't want to make your own, you can just buy candied peel and boil it up in an equal quantity of sugar and water boil it up once a day for 4 or 5 days, and you will end up with a better product, which I'm going to use today. I'm going to put that in the cake. But there we go. These I'll probably do the same. So I'm making cakes today. So I'll use that. I'll heat it up and take it out the syrup, and these I'll boil up in some more syrup and then turn them into something that's a little bit more usable, rather than having to kind of dig into my candied peel. So there was a lot of work that went into that, so I view it as a little bit special. So if I can avoid using it for the moment, that'd be a bit better. So we'll use that today. We'll improve those with a bit of time. But there we go. Yeah, it works. I don't know if it's worth doing, but from my point of view, it's a success.